Hey guys, it's me, Grestar. I'm back for a video. I guess to start really quickly, there are two main things that I want to make clear. One, I am aware that I've been gone a long time and I've missed a lot. Two, I cannot confirm that I will be back on a regular basis. I don't anticipate that I will be, but I want to get back into it at least a little bit. I mean, because while everything that I've said in my previous update video and all, while that's still true, I do miss this, you know? I did this because I enjoyed it overall. There are definitely aspects that were, frustrating or whatnot, but the reason that I started doing YouTube stuff and the reason that I still want to do it is because I genuinely want to do things. I don't know. I don't have as much of the drive and definitely not as much time anymore. For those of you who didn't know where I was this past year or so, I've been going back to school basically. I went back to the same college that I was attending previously. I finished and got my bachelor's, and now I'm actually in my second semester of the master program at my school. So Bachelor of Arts in English and now Master of Arts in English, working toward that. If I graduate this semester, I think I'll be 66% of the way through the program. So I've really been rushing through it, but how I've had to do that is by just cramming my schedule full. And then on top of that, in order to actually pay for everything, I had to get a full-time job. So I'm currently working a full-time job and I'm attending a master's program full-time. So it's just busy. As a quick example, for this semester, granted I'm taking all literature courses because I'm super smart like that and decided to take them all at once. I've had to read, or I'm having to read, 17 novels just for this semester, so it's been crazy. If you want more on that kind of stuff though, I did also make an update video. I would highly encourage you, if you're so curious, to go to my homepage, click on my name and whatnot, check my videos, watch that one. It'll provide more information. But I figure instead most of you are probably here to watch me watch a death battle. So here we have Johnny Cage versus Captain Falcon. Now, I really don't know much about either of these characters. Surprise, surprise, it's me, guys. I haven't changed all that much, have I? I don't know. I don't even know what game Johnny Cage is from. Is he Mortal Kombat? I don't know. Cage comes to mind, but I don't know if that's at all correct. You know what, I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it real quick so I don't look like a complete fool. He was from Mortal Kombat, I was right, I'm awesome at this. And then as for Captain Falcon, F-Zero games I know, but I've never played any of his actual games. The only things I've seen Captain Falcon in, it's just Smash Bros. It's just Smash Bros, and I have seen one anime clip of him Falcon punching a dude. And, it's Japanese, and so afterward the guy kind of sounds like he's shouting Captain Hot Dog. That's what it probably doesn't sound anything like that, but that's the memory that I have. So I don't have much else to talk about right now. Again, if you want to know more about my life and what I've been doing recently and my plans for the future, if you can even call them those, check out my other video. Otherwise, let's get to watching. Was that weird that I didn't use my hands? They're just sitting on my desk on either side of my laptop. I thought it was weird. And play.
Today we've got data on basically everything we want to learn about. And with 23andMe, this includes your own DNA.
My
with
DNA?
125 genetic reports.
Hot dang.
Can give you insight about your health, traits, ancestry, and so much.
You gotta love these
Have you been running
commercials.
late in the morning because you're accidentally sleeping in? Guess what? It might have something to do with your genes.
What?
No kidding. I've tried it myself, and it's really easy to mail in your sample in just a few steps.
A sample
See
of
what? Your
what?
genes have to say about your health, traits, and more. Buy your health and ancestry service kit today.
Actually, that's a legitimate question. Is it is it a urine sample or a spit sample? I'm inclined to think spit.
That's 23andme.com/deathbattle.
But maybe you're supposed to send pee through the mail. I don't know. I mean, I'm not against it. You could do it if you want to. Death battle, here we go.
To save the world or to benefit themselves, every warrior has a different reason for fighting.
That's true.
They're also a kick-ass celebrity. All that matters is they bring the hype.
Johnny Cage, the stuntman turned legendary hero of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal
And
Kombat. I'm
Captain
still happy
Falcon,
that I knew
the
that.
racer turned bounty hunter on the track of F-Zero. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
That's
And
right.
it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
By the way, I am used to wearing these reading glasses
Mortal
all the
Kombat is a
time
deadly
now,
tournament
but I'm
dictated
not
by
so that the
elder
light
gods
doesn't
to
glare
decide
off
the
of it.
fate of entire worlds.
So if I struggle to read
Its
things...
contestants only include the best of the best.
Anyway.
Whether you're a four-armed beast intent on conquest, a ninja assassin seeking vengeance,
Or a washed-up Hollywood movie star looking for your next big break.
Johnny Cage was a global
assume he did his own
phenomenon known
stunts.
for his over-the-top and dumb-as-hell action flicks.
You're dumb as hell. His movies are awesome. He got
Of course.
Ninja Mime, Citizen Cage, Broke Nose Mountain, and my personal favorite, Tommy Scissorfist. It's the only movie that ever really made me cry.
But as with most celebrities, Cage's fame eventually cracked. Audiences lost interest in his stunts, and critics claimed he was a fraud.
What?
Which is bullshit. So to prove himself, Johnny naturally decided the best idea would be to join the deadliest martial arts tournament ever.
Yeah, that
What better way to
sounds
stick
smart.
it to him and show him you're the real deal than to save the Earth from an alien takeover?
I guess Cage didn't really know what he was getting into. Luckily,
I've
he's
totally
no
forgotten that it's
ordinary
about an alien
stuntman.
takeover.
Fans think my moves are all wire work and special effects. I am the special effects.
This guy's trained all across the world. He's mastered 4 different martial arts, including Bruce Lee's real-life Jeet Kune Do. He's got nunchucks, brass knuckles, and his wicked cool Bowie knife.
So when it came time to save the world, Cage could certainly hold his own against the greatest martial artists in the universe.
Good on him.
Thing too, the lightning god Raiden really needed some help, because the Outworld warlord Shao Kahn was just one tourney win away from taking over Earth. Okay, seriously, why does everyone always target Earth? I live here. It's not that great.
Against the forces of evil,
Well, you don't
Cage
know what else
discovered
they
he was
target
more adept
first.
at this sort of thing than
Or on
even
the
he
side.
expected. He possesses a mystical power passed down through generations,
Oh.
originally stemming from a Mediterranean war cult which bred and trained combatants to fight among the gods.
Okay.
Sure.
So he actually is
That's not
supernatural.
random at all.
This power manifests not just as a shield against divine forces, but also as a mythical energy Cage can weaponize.
He can fire Shadow Bolt energy balls, punch you to pieces with a Shadow Uppercut, do a Guile impression with the Eclipse Kick, and knock the shit out of you with his patented Shadow Kick.
But even with these powers, Cage is still a mortal man. Whenever he found himself in trouble, he needed a go-to technique to get out of it.
Oh, and he came up with the absolute perfect move.
What?
It's the Nutcracker, the Berry Buster,
Oh.
the Fertilizer, the Beanbag Barrage, the Not That Kind of Blow, and my personal favorite, the Help Doctor, I think they're in my ribcage special.
Oh, I don't like thoughts of that.
disturbing.
Yeah,
It's
thank you.
inspiring, that's what. He's strong enough to rip your whole body apart and send your Johnson flying off to another country. Fatality! Oh, God, what
Does
the
he have
hell?
balls of
This is
steel?
my first rodeo.
Despite Cage's crude and downright juvenile behavior, he proved worthy enough to be a champion of Earthrealm.
The dude's strong enough to chop through a human head, a chunk of titanium, and even diamond.
Applying the density of diamond, crushing some of this size would require nearly 50 million joules of energy.
That's
Okay.
like getting hit by 26
I feel like there was a lot of
monster trucks
controversy
at the
around
same
using that
time.
mini game.
Cage is quick enough to dodge
But I guess if they're
point-blank
still using
automatic
it, that's,
gunfire
you know,
and tough
whatever.
enough to power through Sub-Zero's Ice Blast, which stops or even kills most people instantly.
He's breaking those chumps apart like they're made of glass. Johnny even beat the shins off Shinnok, who's a freaking god.
I
Thanks to
haven't
his
been
ancestral
reading like
powers,
anything
which
off to
seems
the side, just so you
specifically
know.
tailored for this exact purpose,
It's hard
which is
to
pretty
focus on
remarkable.
it.
Shinnok's full power is a bit tricky to lock down, but he's pretty similar to Raiden, who fired a blast that obliterated this huge temple along with his enemies. So it's definitely a desperate max power move.
As Buddhist temples typically avoided the use of stone in construction, we took the typical composition of wood and concrete into account while measuring the structure to determine this blast must equal nearly 270 tons of TNT.
That's a
More
lot.
than enough to level an entire city block.
Damn! Who cares if Johnny's a pain in the ass when he can compete with power like that?
Well, he wouldn't be a pain forever. Cage eventually found happiness with a family, including a daughter just as skilled as he is. He even earned new success in his film career with a series based on his adventures.
But he
Good
never
for him.
got tired of defending Earthrealm from the forces of ugly. God bless that beautiful man.
Those are $500 sunglasses.
Oh no. Also, full disclosure, you know that whole 270-ton thing? I don't know if that's something he did or something he survived.
It's the year
I talked over it,
2560,
just so you know.
And the world's gone crazy. Aliens are everywhere. We're traveling through space, and best of all, there's a brand new sport in town. An intense mix of high-speed
It's like the
racing with
Famicom.
anti-gravity techno-what's-this. This is F-Zero. So much better than NASCAR.
It makes
You
sense that
seem
there would be
pretty
a
chipper.
thing like
yeah,
that. A
F-Zero's
sport, you
freaking
know.
awesome. Why don't we have this in real life yet?
Well,
Probably because it's extraordinarily dangerous. On the F-Zero Grand Prix, one wrong turn can end your life.
Yeah, what's your problem? The ones that survive are the best of the best, including the champ himself, Captain Falcon.
yeah. Know
To most
nothing
of the
about you,
world,
man.
Falcon is a legendary racer and household name, but that's about it. Otherwise, he's a mystery.
Like Batman.
Whoa.
Sort of. Off the track, Captain Falcon is actually an accomplished bounty hunter, dedicated to a mission of saving the universe from the vile forces of Black Shadow.
Is that like a heavy metal band or something?
No.
Well then, dibs.
Black Shadow is a cold-blooded king of crime, determined to bend the universe to his will.
He's also got horrible taste and style. How often you think that thing gets caught on door frames?
Truly the most
Yeah,
evil
well-
of evils.
To
If it's-
take on Black Shadow, Falcon's
His
a
shoulders are
goddamn
wider.
Badass. He's super tough and super skilled in martial arts. Best of all, he's got a bunch of fiery super moves. The speedy Falcon kick, the unpredictable Raptor boost, and Falcon dive, where he humps people so hard they explode.
What?
Just calling it like I see it, Wiz.
I don't know what it is
way,
either,
as
really.
impressive as these techniques are, they pale in comparison to his greatest and most famous.
Which Kirby can do as well.
He literally
eats
punches
it.
people so hard they explode in bird-shaped fire, which is awesome, but how?
Well, as evident from his other techniques, he's not moving so fast he's igniting the air or anything like that. Rather, Falcon seems to possess some limited form of pyrokinesis. And while the reason for this has never been specifically explained, the answer may lie within his sleek F-Zero machine, the Blue Falcon.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this baby uses magnetic and G-diffuser tech to rocket over 1,500 kilometers per
very
hour.
fast.
That's more than 35 times faster than the Bugatti Chiron Sport.
But
the
how does it
fastest
tie
car
in?
the world.
But when he wants to push the Blue Falcon even further, he taps into its hidden reactor might.
Now you might be asking, what's a reactor might? Oh, you know, nothing much. Just a magic piece of the Big Bang that birthed all of existence.
You'd think
Oh.
there are better uses for a fragment of creation than powering a race car.
Okay.
No, I don't, Wiz. Have you seen what this thing can do? With the power of the reactor might, the Blue Falcon can go Beyblade with a move called Boost Fire. Check it out. The Blue Falcon becomes a deadly energy buzzsaw spinning so fast that it increases speed and can even fly.
A reactor might is bonded with its owner and can even be called upon from a great distance away.
Oh.
Therefore, Falcon can summon his vehicle to his side at any moment.
Reactor
Okay.
mites bottle up a ton of raw power. Put a few together and you can rip holes through dimensions. This one by itself went haywire and blew up this space station in one blast.
Based on the space station's size and the ensuing blast radius, this explosion must have held a yield of over 6 megatons of TNT. Oftentimes,
Megatons,
reactor mites
wow.
also grant their owners a variety of superhuman powers, some even bordering on unexplainable magics. While it's technically unconfirmed, perhaps the reactor mite under the Blue Falcon's hood is the source of the captain's curious pyrotechnics.
Who
That
cares?
makes sense enough.
He can punch
That's
a
fair,
giant fire falcon of burning death, and that's all that matters. Like when he finally beat Black Shadow once and
That's
for
the
all.
scene. That's the clip I know.
He
That's the
just
only clip that I
exploded the
know.
galaxy. Hell yeah.
Well, don't get the wrong idea. This blast of light actually originates from the exploding dark matter reactor, which has the power to rewind the Big Bang using all 6 reactor mites. It's a long story.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's way
Take your
less
word for
epic. Still, even beating up Black Shadow is super impressive. This guy could tank hits from a hulked out super alien, no problem.
Falcon's quick enough to take out multiple enemy robots in the blink of an eye, a feat which would require moving faster than sound. He can spot a sniper from several miles away and even survive an exploding rocket. His exact clone took multiple blows from specialized military personnel with no effect whatsoever.
And as a bonus, Falcon carries dynamite powerful enough to blow up this giant weather machine. That's like 100 sticks of dynamite in one. Where do I get me some of that?
Don't
And
give
whoa,
Boomstick
wait
some
a
of
minute,
that.
That guy survived?
While Captain Falcon did accomplish his mission and rid the universe of Black Shadow's tyranny, it took more than one man to do it.
Oh, great. Here comes the power of teamwork bullshit.
No, I mean, Falcon is literally more than one man.
Go on.
Yeah.
The name Captain Falcon is actually
It's
a
a Dread
title
Pirate-
passed through
yeah, okay.
generations.
Dread
To
Pirate
date,
Roberts.
at least 3 people have claimed the moniker:
Ah,
Douglas
okay.
J., Andy Summers, and Ryu Suzuku. Each new inheritor is chosen by the current Falcon, who seeks a worthy
Captain
hero who
Hot
can
Dog,
surpass
that's right.
him in skill and ability. So technically the latest to take the title, Ryu, should be capable of anything the others could do and more.
New life goal unlocked. Wiz, I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice.
While the man behind the mask may fall, Captain Falcon will always ride on, defending the galaxy one raceway at a time.
Well, okay. Cool.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data
Guess
through
we're
all
waiting.
possibilities.
We're waiting to
But
pause
first,
it.
let me tell you how to make your computer more anonymous than Captain
Never mind,
Falcon
let's,
with ExpressVPN.
Let's let them talk
While
first.
researching characters and exploring the far corners of the internet, my own privacy is extremely important.
gonna-
Luckily,
gonna
ExpressVPN
phone
is
for a
here to help.
moment.
ExpressVPN keeps your identity safe while you're on the web, so none of those pesky internet ninja hackers can steal from you. And while not everybody is digging through internet archives like us, ExpressVPN is perfect for gamers.
Right. With shorter connection routes between you and gaming servers, ExpressVPN can reduce ping times and overall lag. And here's a little secret. You can use a VPN to play with friends worldwide who are restricted to IP addresses from a certain country.
I didn't even know that was a thing! ExpressVPN is consistently faster than other VPN providers, which is why it's the best choice for gamers. It's got apps for every device you can think of, and you can connect to
There's
it
not
with
even
just
anything
one click.
playing.
Easy!
Give it a
Oh,
try
hey,
for
it
yourself.
changed.
ExpressVPN
Right
is
when I
less
said
than
that.
$7 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Take back your internet privacy today and get 3 months free by going to expressvpn.com/battle. Or just click the link listed below.
But right now,
It's time for a death battle and pause. All right, so talking about this really quickly, I think Captain Falcon's gonna win. It seemed like maybe I was just, again, like I said, I know that I definitely miss things with Captain Falcon, and I definitely miss things with Johnny Cage. I admitted that straight up. And so maybe I missed something crucial, but it seemed to me that as like powerful as Johnny Cage might have been, it seemed like Captain Falcon was kind of just more. Like, I mean, one of the big things is I don't remember any sort of speed equivalent from Johnny Cage as I do with Captain Falcon. Like, first he took out like those 4 robots or whatever in the blink of an eye, right? Like, again, they mentioned how fast you'd have to be, and then, you know, the strength that goes along with that, or that would have to go along with that in order to actually accomplish that feat as well. Another thing that they didn't really talk about, but that I think is still super important, is how fast Captain Falcon's like cognition and reaction times have to be in order to like participate in the races that he participates in. Like the speeds that they're moving at, he has to be able to think about that and process that information and then react accordingly without dying, you know? And so being able to, I think he could translate that to battle, because he's also a skilled combatant, like, obviously. And so, like, his brain can just work that fast. I think that he would be able to apply that to his fighting. And that's, again, not to say that Johnny Cage isn't fast or can't, like, process things appropriately or whatnot, or isn't powerful, but it just seems like with all of the feats that they showed of Captain Falcon, you know, with durability, with how hard he can hit against, you know, the shadow dude, you know, the horned guy, whatnot, again, like, Johnny Cage went up against gods and stuff too, but, like, I mean, it always comes down to, I don't know how the different, like, power levels scale in the 2 different universes. But I definitely remember, you know, some of the numbers where it was, like, 270 tons, I think, of dynamite, and then you had, like, 7 megatons or something, and I don't know how a megaton, if that was what it was called, I don't know how that really relates. But it seems like that would be higher than 270, you know? Like, if I'm just having to think of, like, bytes, kilobytes, megabytes sort of thing or whatever. Anyway, yeah. It just seems to me like Captain Falcon is going to win. Not to mention the fact that he has, like, it seemed like the experience and skills kind of passed down from, like, Captain Falcon to Captain Falcon. They at least, I wasn't sure, and I still don't know exactly how that works, but they at least said that, like, he would be capable of everything the others were capable of and more. So it seemed like it was that sort of thing, not just a title passed down, but, like, a legacy too, you know? Sort of like if you guys have seen My Hero Academia, it makes me think of, you know, One for All. I had to make sure I wasn't saying All for One. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure there's an All Might episode coming up, right? You guys would know. I'm pretty sure there is one. I think it was like All Might versus Guy from Naruto, which, frankly, I'm excited about because I watched Naruto back in the day. Anyway, Captain Falcon's gonna win. And play.
You recording? Yeah? Okay. We're at the F-Zero Grand Prix, snagging some clips for my latest flick. That guy there? That's who I'll be playing.
Playing?
Yeah, you're looking at the next Captain Falcon.
Ah.
It's gonna be a pretty sweet game.
Has he agreed to that?
Did you say you're the next Falcon?
I don't think he agreed to that.
Yeah?
Only one who can surpass Falcon can become Falcon. Show me a move!
Wait, did you? Are you saying he has to kill you? Bet Captain Falcon just went all for
You
it.
wanna go?
He didn't even like ask. He's like, you want to beat me? You gotta kill me. Punch.
Falcon can't!
Dodge, Johnny, dodge! Well, he didn't dodge, but he seems surprisingly okay. Well, less so now. Johnny's taking a beating, which is usually a bad sign for the person who's giving the beating in death battles. No, his nuts! But it didn't kill him
You know
instantly.
what they say? All's fair in show business.
So that's something.
Nobody says that!
Falky, come on. I'm rooting for you. I got some serious money on your name.
You sports types really take auditions seriously.
I'm just getting the Muda Muda vibes from that.
So cool.
Glad he appreciates it at least. That would really hurt. Ow. Oh, that would hurt even more, arguably. He's fine though, never mind. Ow. And I was gonna say he's okay, but maybe not entirely. He's just running him over. But he survived that just fine. Right, the saw blade part. Or Beyblade, if you will. Captain Hot Dog! Up!
Only one can be worthy.
Feeling more confident about my choice now.
KO!
Yes! Yes! Oh, that was awesome.
Okay, just chill
Just
for
let
a
him
minute.
enjoy it, Wiz.
Johnny
Let him
Cage
enjoy it.
certainly held his own against Falcon, with superior martial arts ability and matching Mach speeds.
But Captain
he does have the
Falcon
same speed?
wasn't a
Okay.
pushover and had plenty of experience with tricky opponents. Most of all, he had way more power on his side.
Let's compare some of Johnny's best feats to Falcon's.
Let's do it.
Specifically, crushing Diamond in the Falcon Punch.
Yeah, when he hit that tough son of a bitch, Black Shadow.
By measuring the area of effect and comparing that space to the heights of Captain Falcon and Black Shadow, we found that the electricity covered an area of about 300 cubic meters.
I see.
Accounting for empty
Go on.
space, the amount of electricity needed to fill this area must equal at least 151 billion joules of energy.
That's the same as
Okay.
dropping 12 elephants on old Hornhead here, and over 3,000 times stronger than Johnny's Diamond Smash.
Oh,
Captain Falcon was tougher too. He's survived a blast from a rocket launcher, but even more notably, he fared better against Black Shadow than Zoda did.
You know, that hulked-out alien guy who survived the exploding weather machine when he wasn't all hulky?
So we can reasonably scale Falcon to Zoda, at least as far as those sorts of physical feats are concerned.
Look at that explosion! Based on its size, it's worth around 100 tons of TNT.
And while Cage's War Cult powers let him survive battling Shinnok, whose power rivals Raiden's 270 tons of TNT blast, recall that this ancestral defense seems specifically tailored to counter such divine forces. A bullet could still put
I was
Cage
wondering
down.
about that.
It has. And he's even died to lesser foes in alternate timelines.
And anyway, Raiden's final explosion attack is nothing compared to the raw power of the reactor might under the Blue Falcon's hood.
Numbers aside, this was a pretty even match, but Falcon's greater strength, toughness, and fiery arsenal tipped the scale.
What do you mean numbers aside?
Johnny just couldn't
Just in
finish
terms of
the
like
race.
skills
The
versatility?
winner is Captain Falcon.
Claps for Captain Falcon. Cool.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode. If you want the battle
problem.
music for
It's been a
yourself,
long
you can get it by
time,
clicking
but,
the
you
link
know.
down below.
And check out that video right over next to Ben's face.
Technically here right now. There's not a video on my screen. Next time on Death Battle, which was a long time ago for you guys. Okay, that was Aang. I don't know who the other... Oh, it's Edward. Edward Elric? Edward Elric? I know he's Full Metal Alchemist. But evidently I have not seen that. I know that he doesn't like being called short. That's about the extent that I have. So anyway, about this death battle, we had Johnny Cage versus Captain Falcon. So yeah, I got it. I definitely missed some things. I didn't know that Johnny Cage was like just as fast. I had been thinking a little bit about, you know, like Johnny Cage knew, was it 4 martial art styles or whatever? And I think I only remember Captain Falcon being like good at fighting, you know, like not a real solid. There wasn't that same number to compare, I guess. But, you know, I'm happy at least I was able to pick up on, like, the different kind of amount of force and whatnot. Like, I mean, not even to the extent that it should have been. Like, I didn't know the whole, like, 3,000 times more thing or anything like that. I was just thinking about, like, the 207 tons and then, like, again, the 7 megatons or whatever it was. And the numbers just seemed more on Captain Falcon's side. Something about Death Battle that, you know, has always kind of bothered me, and like it continues to bother me, but like I'm okay with it because I understand from like a production standpoint, but it's always a thing where it's like, hey, I'm gonna just mention this little thing once, like off to the side, and then really quickly move away from it, but that will be a key detail later on. You know, it's one of those things where like it showed with the pink guy who held the dynamite, and then they're like, oh, and he's alive in the next episode. Anyway, aside from that, you know, like they mention it and they move quickly along, but then they bring that up as an important thing during like their analysis portion at the end. And it's something that I do find interesting, and you know, when I get things wrong, I do like inherently get a little bit defensive because like you know, there's part of that feeling that like I was tricked, but then there's also the thing where it's just like doing reactions like this, I am judged for everything that I say, everything I do, everything that I miss or forget or misinterpret. People are going to bring it up in the comments, and people in the comments are oftentimes not nice, or the people who will vocalize themselves. And so, you know, like, and I'm just a dude, I'm a person, I'm gonna have feelings and stuff. And so, you know, whenever I feel like I was cheated by Death Battle, by the production of it in that way, like I kind of just have in the back of my mind, it's like now people are gonna judge me for something that wasn't my fault, necessarily. There's definitely a lot that I could do on my end to improve, if you want to think of it as a fault, that I don't have a perfect memory or understanding, etc. But yeah, just one of those things that I thought I would bring up because, I don't know, I thought it was interesting how they brought up the dynamite dude. But yeah, the fight itself was pretty cool. I did like seeing, you know, all of the back and forth. There was a lot of variation, which I thought was nice. Despite them being, you know, mostly just hand-to-hand fighting, it didn't get stale. I definitely think that the sound had a good impact, like definitely better than some. I remember there was friggin' oh geez, was it Ace versus Erza? Maybe? Anyway, during their fight, I think it was their fight, I remember just being unimpressed with like the sound design in that death battle, where like the hits just didn't seem to have like solid impact. It didn't seem to carry enough weight to me. And this one I didn't get that feeling. There were some cases where visually I didn't feel like everything necessarily carried the weight that it deserved to. But like, how do you translate that necessarily? Like, I think it's harder with the sprites in some cases, because you just have to like constantly be editing the sprites to make them look more haggard, more bruised, more bloodied, whatever. And so like when they're like getting massive road burn, I would assume from the road, you know, moving at the speeds they were moving at, especially with like the boost pads, I guess they are, whatever. It seemed like flesh should have been chewed up, but they kind of just got up and went with it. But that very well might not have even been like a sprite limitation. That might have just been because those guys are just that tough. Like, I don't know for sure. I'll admit, when Captain Falcon activated the boost, I was wondering why Johnny Cage was suddenly being bloodied. I was just thinking of the boost as a speed boost. I had already forgotten that it was a Beyblade thing. And while I did think about, you know, during my own analysis portion where I'm trying to, you know, predict, I remembered that Captain Falcon could summon his ship whenever, but I wasn't sure if that would actually come into play. I was thinking there could have definitely been ways for like Johnny to have dodged that, and I didn't know if the speed would necessarily be enough. Like, I thought that Falcon's punch probably would have done more than the speed, which I don't know if that's even accurate. Because getting hit by something moving that fast that weighs that much too, like, I don't know how that compares to one of Captain Falcon's punches. Given that it was his punch that finished him off, like finished Johnny off, I assume that his punch is harder than his ship would have been, or was, in that fight, since he did hit him. But yeah, I guess I don't know that math. If they ever did it, I missed it or forgot. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought about this death battle in the comments below. You know, the usual, whether you liked it, whether you disliked it, what you thought about this or that, etc., so on and so forth. And again, I do not know when I will next react to another death battle, but the next reaction to death battle that I will have will be Aang versus Edward. So I hope that you guys are looking forward to that. Quick heads up. I like Avatar, but I have not seen most of it, because at the time when I had started watching it, I was writing a story about wolves with elemental powers, and I had ideas for that story, and then some of those ideas popped up in an episode, so I was like, and I stopped watching, because I was like, I gotta finish writing this first, otherwise I'm gonna feel bad, like I'm subconsciously leeching or something like that, you know? I ended up not using that idea, you know, after seeing it in the episode and whatnot, and it was fine. But then I just never started watching it again. I really enjoyed it for, you know, like when I was watching it, but then that happened and I just stopped. I do know that it's on Netflix now, and I do want to watch it, but I kinda might be saving that to watch it with a friend. So just so you guys know, I am interested, I do have the means, but I'm putting it off for now. As for Full Metal Alchemist, likewise interested, likewise have the means actually. Not as interested as Avatar, but yeah. If I'm gonna watch an anime and like finish one, like I still need to catch up on My Hero Academia. I'm still like halfway through the most recent season, I think. So like I haven't reached like Miruko or things like that. Anyway, with that, we're calling it here. Thanks for watching, everyone.